The morning sun rises slowly over the quiet neighborhood, painting soft gold across Maria's porch. At 72, she has lived here for decades, watching her children grow, watching seasons change. Yet this morning feels different. The wood beneath her feet creaks as she grabs the railing, and her legs tremble, just slightly, but enough to worry her. She pauses, breathes, looks down at her hands, gripping the rail a little too tightly. For years she brushed it off. Just age, she'd say. Everyone slows down. But deep inside, she wonders why her friends can walk farther, climb stairs easier, stand longer. She eats healthy, she tells herself. She avoids junk, exercises when she can. And every morning, she makes her beloved fruit bowl, a colorful mountain of bananas, grapes, mango, pineapple. Sweet, juicy, full of vitamins. What could possibly be wrong with that? During a routine checkup, her doctor scans her diet log. His eyes pause. He leans back in his chair, thinking carefully about how to say something most seniors never hear. Maria, some fruits are harming your leg strength. The room falls silent. Maria frowns. Fruits? Doctor, fruits. He nods gently. After 60, the body changes. Muscles don't process sugar the same way. Acidic fruits interfere with minerals the legs desperately need. And certain fruits, especially when eaten alone, cause sugar spikes that drain her leg muscles faster than she realizes. As he explains, Maria feels a mix of disbelief, fear, and strange relief. Because if food can weaken her legs, maybe food can also restore them. But her doctor adds softly, this discovery didn't begin here. It began with a Japanese doctor on a mountain, who noticed something no one else saw. And with those words, Maria's journey truly begins. Dawn breaks over the mountains of Nagano like a watercolor painting slowly waking to life. Mist floats between the trees, the air is crisp, and the faint scent of pine rides the morning breeze. Up a narrow path of stone steps, Dr. Kenji climbs steadily toward his tiny wooden clinic. His footsteps echo softly in the quiet valley, a rhythm he has known for more than 30 years. The elderly villagers are already waiting, some with walking sticks, some rubbing stiff knees, some with the same tired look Maria had just days earlier. Kenji greets each of them with a warm smile, yet behind his gentle expression lingers a worry he cannot shake. Every year, more seniors are showing up with the same complaint: weakening legs, unstable balance, unexplained fatigue. And it's happening faster than it should. Inside the clinic, he flips through patient charts, names he's known since childhood, people who once worked the rice fields, climbed hills, and carried grandchildren effortlessly. Now their gait is slower, their thighs weaker, their confidence fading. One cold morning, long before sunrise, Kenji sits alone surrounded by piles of old medical records. He rubs his eyes, exhausted but determined. Something must connect these cases. Something subtle, something easily overlooked. As he scans through decades of notes, a pattern slowly emerges. The seniors losing strength the fastest all share the same dietary detail. The same 7 fruits appear again and again in their daily meals. Not unhealthy foods. Not processed snacks. Just fruits that everyone assumes are harmless. Kenji's heartbeat quickens. Could fruit, nature's gift, be harming aging muscles? He begins documenting everything in a journal he calls his strength diary. Observations. Symptoms. Diet logs. Leg endurance tests. And the more he studies, the clearer the pattern becomes. But the reason behind it is still buried deep inside the body, inside the very cells responsible for muscle power. And what Kenji uncovers next will change everything. Imagine your thigh muscles as thousands of tiny engines, quiet, steady, always working to keep you standing, walking, and moving through life. When you're young, these engines burn fuel smoothly. But after 60, the system changes. The engine filters, your insulin receptors, slow down. They don't respond as quickly. They don't absorb sugar the same way. And that small change becomes the hidden thief of strength. Dr. Kenji sits in his clinic late one evening, the last traces of daylight fading behind the mountains. His lamp glows softly as he sketches diagrams in his strength diary. He draws 2 muscle cells, one from a younger adult, one from a senior. On the older one, he draws thicker lines, slower arrows, sluggish reactions. He writes down a simple truth: fruit sugar hits seniors harder. To confirm it, Kenji collaborates with a physiologist from a nearby university. Together, they use thermal imaging, a special camera that detects heat from inflammation. The images are displayed on a monitor, cool blues and greens for calm tissue, but streaks of angry red across the thighs and calves of seniors who recently ate high-fructose fruits. The seniors don't feel the inflammation immediately. It's subtle, like a slow-burning fire. But they do feel the results: heavy legs, quick fatigue, wobbly steps, that strange "my legs don't want to listen today" sensation. Maria had felt it for years without understanding why. Kenji tests something simple. He gives seniors the same fruits, but after a protein-rich meal. And suddenly, the thermal images change. The inflammation quiets. Energy stays stable. The muscles respond better. This is the moment he realizes the truth. It's not that fruits are bad. It's that aging muscles need a different strategy, a different rhythm. But there's still a missing piece, the specific fruits causing the biggest crashes. And what Kenji reveals next shocks everyone in the room. The cafeteria inside Dr. Kenji's clinic hums with quiet chatter as elderly villagers gather for his weekly strength class. The room smells faintly of green tea and polished wood. On this particular morning, Kenji asks everyone to sit closely around a long table. His expression is calm, but his eyes reveal that he is about to unveil something important. He places 3 fruits on a cutting board: an overripe banana, a bowl of grapes, and a ripe mango. The seniors look puzzled. These are everyday fruits, comforting, familiar, harmless. Kenji gently slices the banana, its soft sweetness filling the air. "Watch carefully," he says. Next, he attaches a small glucose sensor to an elderly volunteer's arm. The monitor beeps softly as the digital line begins to rise. The volunteer eats the banana. Within minutes, the glucose line shoots upward like a spark catching fire. Her heartbeat quickens. A bit of warmth spreads through her cheeks. Her legs feel a little unsteady under the table. Kenji explains, "After 60, your glucose response becomes sharper. What used to be normal suddenly becomes too much." He offers her a handful of grapes next. The spike hits even faster. Then the mango, another sugar surge. And soon after, just as quickly, the energy crashes. The woman rubs her knees and whispers, "My legs feel heavy, like they don't want to move." The room falls completely silent. Kenji turns the screen around for everyone to see. 3 sharp mountains of sugar spikes, each followed by a steep cliff. He points to the crash zones. This is when your legs tremble. This is when balance becomes uncertain. Overripe bananas, grapes, and mangoes are not bad foods. But in older adults, eaten alone or in large portions, they act like little sugar bombs, overloading the muscles, then leaving them drained. Several elders nod slowly, finally understanding years of unexplained weakness. But Kenji isn't finished. He clears the table, sets down new items, and says quietly, "The next fruits don't just crash your energy. They steal the minerals your muscles need." And the room leans in as the mystery deepens. The sun dips behind the mountains, casting a warm orange glow through the windows of Dr. Kenji's clinic. The day is almost over, but Kenji isn't done. He gathers the seniors again, this time around a smaller wooden table near the back wall. The room feels quieter now, more intimate, almost tense. Outside, cicadas hum softly as evening settles in. Kenji places 3 beakers of clear mineral-rich spring water on the table. Then he sets down the next fruits on his list: pineapple, dried cranberries, and a small bowl of sticky tamarind. The seniors exchange confused glances. These fruits seem harmless, tasty, tangy, often eaten as snacks or added to meals. Kenji lifts the pineapple first. Its sweet, sharp scent fills the air. "This fruit is wonderful," he begins, "but its acidity can cause problems for aging muscles." He squeezes a few drops into the first beaker. The seniors watch as the mineral levels, displayed on a small measuring device, begin to dip. He moves to the dried cranberries next. These are tiny, but they hold concentrated sugar and acidity. Into the second beaker they go. Once again, the mineral levels drop, this time even faster. Finally, he picks up the tamarind. "This one surprises everyone," he says softly. very acidic, and used often. As the tamarind dissolves into the last beaker, the monitor emits a small downward tone. The seniors lean in, mesmerized. Kenji explains that minerals like calcium and magnesium are crucial for muscle contraction. When acidity becomes too frequent, the body must work harder to neutralize it, often pulling minerals away from the muscles. And when muscles don't have enough minerals, he says gently, what happens? Cramps, tightness, stiff steps, shaky legs at night. Several villagers nod slowly, remembering late-night calf spasms, mysterious foot cramps, or that heavy feeling when taking their first morning step. But Kenji isn't finished yet. He clears the table, his expression more serious now. Only one fruit remains, he says. And it's the one almost every senior consumes without thinking. The room holds its breath as he prepares to reveal the final, most surprising culprit. A gentle breeze rustles the bamboo outside Dr. Kenji's clinic as evening deepens. The seniors sit together once more, their faces lit by the soft, warm glow of lanterns. They've heard about sugar crashes. They've learned about mineral thieves. But Kenji's expression tonight is different, calmer, but heavier, as if what he's about to reveal carries a deeper weight. He walks to the front of the room, picks up a piece of chalk, and writes two simple words on the board. Fruit juice. A ripple of disbelief passes through the room. Maria frowns. Another senior mutters, "But doctor, it's natural." A few others whisper among themselves, puzzled and uneasy. Juice is what they've trusted for years. Morning orange juice, evening apple juice, even grape juice during family dinners. It feels comforting, pure, harmless. Kenji lifts a glass bottle of store-bought orange juice. This, he says softly, is more dangerous to your legs than you realize. He explains that when fruits are juiced, their fiber, the very thing that slows sugar absorption, is stripped away. What remains is concentrated fructose that hits an aging bloodstream like a sudden wave. After 60, the body absorbs this sugar too quickly. The glucose spike is sharp, and the crash is even sharper. He pulls up a thermographic chart, bright red zones glowing around the calves and thighs of seniors who drank juice daily. Another chart shows balance tests, slight sways, longer reaction times, reduced stability. Many of you think your morning shakiness is age, Kenji says gently. But most of the time, it is the juice. He offers simple solutions. Drink whole fruits instead, dilute juice with water, add chia seeds for fiber, or enjoy small portions after protein-rich meals. The seniors nod, absorbing the truth that something so familiar could quietly erode their strength. Maria sits in silence, her eyes widening, not in fear, but in realization. If avoiding these 7 fruits could change her mornings, what else could she do to reclaim her strength? Kenji smiles softly. There is one more piece, he says. A simple routine, 7 days long, that restores stability, energy, and confidence. The room leans forward, ready for the final secret. Rain begins to tap gently on the clinic's roof, a soft, rhythmic sound that fills the quiet room. The seniors sit in a semicircle as Dr. Kenji approaches with a small stack of handwritten papers, simple, folded sheets with neat, careful writing. Maria watches him closely, feeling a mix of nervousness and hope. Her legs feel weaker than they used to, but something inside her stirs, a feeling she hasn't felt in years, possibility. Kenji hands each person the same sheet. This, he says warmly, is a 7-day strength-saving routine. Nothing extreme. Nothing complicated. Just a pattern your body can follow easily. Maria unfolds the paper. The ink is slightly smudged from Kenji's careful fingers. He explains the routine gently, like a teacher guiding a child. Days 1 and 2 begin with a simple swap. Replace high-sugar fruits with berries or citrus. Add a protein snack between meals. Your muscles need steady fuel, he reminds them, not sudden bursts. Days 3 and 4 introduce his special 10-minute warm-up, slow marching, calf raises, light hip movements. Motion wakes the muscles, he says. Even a little movement strengthens the connection between your brain and your legs. On day 5, the focus shifts to minerals, spinach, sesame, fortified yogurt, or whatever local foods provide calcium and magnesium. These minerals are the spark plugs of your muscles, he explains. Day 6 is a hydration reset. Just 1 extra glass of water than usual. enough to improve circulation, ease stiffness, and help muscles recover through the night. Day 7 is the heart of the routine. A gentle walk. Slow breathing. Reflection. Notice how your legs feel, Kenji says. Strength grows when you pay attention to it. Maria follows the plan for 3 weeks. One morning, she steps onto her porch again. The wood still creaks. The breeze still cools her skin. But this time, her legs hold steady. She takes one step, then another, without fear. And in that moment, she realizes something powerful. Strength after 60 isn't lost. It's rediscovered. And her journey has only just begun.